Okay, let's go ahead and get started. And I don't have a hair tie, so we're just gonna sit here and just bring your feet to the floor. And since it's the end of November, I think this will be our last time with this sequence before we move on and do something different for December. Good, everybody good. And then just let your hands rest softly in your lap. Allow your eyes to close down. You can bring your back to rest against the back of the chair, but try not to just lean into it. You can put a little bit of pressure, but see if you can just sit up a little bit taller. And we'll take a little bit of time here to practice the Samavriti breath that we practiced with last week, the equal breath. But for right now, go ahead and just let your breath come in and out through your nose. Nice and easy, nice and natural. Bring that connection to your breath by allowing all of your focus to rest on the air as it travels in and the air as it travels out. And if it helps to keep your mind engaged, you can think as you breathe in, breathing in, and as you breathe out, you can think breathing out. Give your mind a job to do as you breathe. Okay, we're going to start to come into our equal breath. So I'll guide you through a few rounds, and then you'll be on your own to count for yourself. So let's just take a breath to prep. So breathe in nice and deep, and then breathe out completely. And then on your next inhale, breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and keep going. And you can adjust as needed. You can add a number, you can take a number away, but the goal is to make the inhale match the exhale. Go ahead and finish up your final round here. Letting it go, letting go of the counting, letting go of controlling the breath, and just let the breath come in nice and easy, nice and natural. And then slowly blink open your eyes and scoot yourself forward toward the edge of your chair so that you have some space behind you and you're no longer leaning against the back of the chair. Still keeping the feet flat to the floor and the heels and ankles underneath your knees. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up toward the sky. Maybe a look up as your palms press. And then just slowly as you exhale, bring your prayer down to your heart center. Good. So just connecting breath to the movement. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. And exhale, bring it down. A couple more. Inhale, full length of the breath as you reach up. Full length of the exhale as you bring it down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it down. Good. Let your right hand come to your left thigh. And as you inhale, you're just going to reach your left arm over to the right side in a side bend. Good. On your next breath in, go ahead and lift all the way up. You're just going to switch sides. So bring your left hand over to your right thigh and reach your right arm up and over to the left. Exhaling when you get up and over. Taking a breath in, lengthening through the right side. Good. Inhale, sit up. And we're just going to switch. Next breath in, rise and switch over to the other side. Good. Last round. Inhale, sit up and go ahead and switch. And sit up and last side over to the other side. Good. Inhale, sit all the way up. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders, or at least as close to them as they want to get. And we're just going to circle through the elbows. So nice and slow, going one way first. And then go ahead and reverse, go the opposite way. And then go ahead and relax, let your arms come down by your sides. And we're just going to roll through the shoulders without the fingertips on them. Going one way, the opposite way, maybe switching between the two. Good. And then bring your hands to your knees, relax your shoulders down, maybe scoot forward another inch or so. And then as you inhale, start to lift your chest, let your shoulders draw back, maybe look up where the ceiling meets the wall. Really drawing the shoulder blades toward one another and opening through the chest. And then as you exhale, gently press your palms into your thighs and then curl in. Let your chin tuck toward your chest, let your head drop down. Shoulders are rounding forward this time, finding that space between the shoulder blades, so the opposite action. And we're just taking a few breaths in each posture so that we can really breathe into that space that we're creating. So right now we're creating that space between the shoulder blades. So really sending the breath there. And then inhale, pull your chest forward, draw your shoulders back, shoulder blades come toward one another, maybe look up just slightly. And now we're creating space through the front of the body, the chest, the belly. And then exhale, go ahead and round, curl it in. And then inhale, lift and pull the shoulders back. Good, nice and slow, come back into a nice neutral spine. Take your legs pretty wide. You might even need to scoot forward just a little bit more. And bring your feet so that they're on an angle here and you've got a lot of space. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs and then think about pressing your palms into your legs so you're really lifting up through the chest. And you're gently guiding the thighs away from one another. Take a full breath here. And then as you exhale, dip your right shoulder toward the center. Use that right hand to gently guide that right leg away as you roll your right shoulder in, looking toward the left leg. And then roll that right shoulder back. You lift yourself up through center. Press your left hand to the inner left thigh. Roll your left shoulder toward the center. So we're finding a little bit of a twist here as we open up toward the right, pressing that left leg away. And then roll that left shoulder back, sit all the way up, and then press the right thigh away, dip your right shoulder in. Good. Roll the right shoulder back, left shoulder dips in as you press that left thigh away, just getting that little extra stretch through the inner thigh. Roll the shoulder back, last round, right shoulder comes in. And roll it back, left shoulder comes in. Beautiful. Good, go ahead and sit all the way up. Grab your block. And you're just going to bring it forward and bring your hands down to your block. And you can adjust your feet however you need to. You can bring them in a little bit closer, but we do want them a little bit wider than distance apart here. Good. And then we're just going to sway the upper body from side to side here. And you can adjust your block. So if this is pretty comfortable, you can stay here. If you maybe want a little bit more, you can bring your block down a height or two. So just adjust it to make it comfortable for you. And just sway the upper body to the right thigh, to the left thigh. These little sways are so good for the low back. Good, and then go ahead and sway your upper body through to center. And we're just gonna take a few breaths in a forward fold here. So if you'd like to adjust, you can take your block down a notch or two or leave it as is. And then you're just gonna let your upper body just gently relax down as much as it wants to. Relax your head and your neck. Really lengthening through the back of the body. Good, beautiful. And then nice and slow, lift your head and your chest up just about halfway. And then crawl your hands up your legs to sit all the way up, taking your time. Draw your legs back to being about hip distance or so apart. You can slide your block off to the side for right now. Just take a moment to sit up tall, shoulders rolling back. Inhale, circle your arms out and up. Bring your palms together and exhale, bring them to your heart space. Inhale, circle the arms, reach it up. Exhale, palms press together, bring them down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and bring it down. Good, we're gonna add some twists here. Inhale, reach up. This time as you exhale, open your arms and twist to the right. So you're reaching your right arm back behind you and your left arm is reaching forward. So you've got this really nice open chest. And just pay attention to what's happening in your legs here because my left knee wants to open up, but I'm just gently keeping it facing forward. And then inhale, unwind from your twist, reach your arms all the way back up. Maybe let your fingertips touch. And then exhale, we'll twist and open to the left. Left arm moves back, right arm moves forward. Beautiful. Shoulders are still in the same plane. Nice. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, palms together, bring them down. Inhale, reach the arms up. This time as you exhale, cactus your elbows out to the sides and then twist to the right. Inhale, turn to center, keep your elbows to cactus. Think about drawing the elbows back in space and really spreading your fingertips nice and wide. And then as you exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Picking up the pace, go to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Breathe in and exhale. And come in, let your arms just relax down. Roll through your shoulders a few times. Good. All right, bring your prayer to your heart center. Allow your chin to come down toward your fingertips. Scoot your heels in toward the legs of the chair so your knees are now tracking over your toes more. And then maybe scoot your hips forward so that they're on the edge of the seat. So we're gonna start to stand up here. So inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And then exhale, lean your heart forward just a little bit. Press down into your feet before you even think about lifting off, but feel the engagement of the muscles that you need to lift off. And then slowly start to stand all the way up. Good. Gently squeezing your butt when you get there because it's been sitting down for a while. And then nice and slow, bend your knees. Engage those same muscles that you use to stand up and then bring yourself all the way back down to a seat. Good. Lean it forward. Keep your spine nice and long. Gently engage through your core so you're drawing your belly in. Press down and then slowly rise up. And then go ahead and bend the knees. Slowly, just as slowly, set yourself back down, keeping that core engaged. Good. Lean forward, press down through the feet, press, 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 and then slowly rise up, gently engaging through the glutes. And then bend the knees, bring yourself all the way back down, just as slow. Very nice. Can we tell we're getting stronger? Go ahead and press down and inhale, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up to the sky when you get there. Just reach, maybe wiggle through your fingertips. And then exhale, just float your arms down by your sides. Is anybody else warm in here? Okay. I have it set to 70, but that's like a hot 70. Good. So go ahead and grab your chair and you're going to turn it so that it's facing you and facing the length of your mat. Good. And then we're going to do some standing sun salutations here with our chair. So making sure that you're standing in front of the chair here. Good. Reach your arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring your palms forward and down to the seat of the chair. Move your sternum toward the back of the chair, but don't let your ribs go. So think about drawing your ribs together and lifting through your belly, finding that nice long spine from tailbone to the crown of the head. On your next exhale, bend your elbows and bow your upper body any amount toward the seat of the chair. Keeping your knees soft, so don't let those knees lock out. Good. Getting that nice stretch through the backs of the legs. Gently press your palms into your seat. Lift your head and chest up about halfway again. Good. So keeping the ribs drawing toward one another, lifting through the belly. Bring your right hand over to your right hip. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Keep your spine nice and long as you slowly lift your head and your chest all the way back up. Good. Circle your arms, reach to the sky. Firmly planted through the feet, soften your knees. Exhale, hinge forward at that hip crease and bring your hands to the seat of the chair. Move your sternum forward so you're elongating through the spine. Crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone reaches back. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, bow to the seat of the chair. Press your palms into the chair. Lift your head and your chest up halfway on the inhale. Exhale, left hand to the left hip, right hands to the right hip. Feel your hamstrings engage and turn on as they support you. And then slowly lift your head and your chest all the way up. Good. Circle the arms and reach. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the seat of the chair. Inhale, move your sternum forward. Let your shoulders slide back. Good, beautiful. When you're ready, exhale and bow toward the seat of the chair. On your next breath in, press into the chair. Sit up just about halfway. So we've got that nice long spine, sternum reaching forward. Lean your way back into your heels. Really soften your knees a bit here and bring both of your hands to your hip. Good. So we should be feeling our hamstrings just saying hello. Nice and slow, stand all the way up. Good, relax your arms and we're just gonna take our little twisty doos. So just turning from side to side, letting your arms bump up against your hips. Knees are nice and soft. Good, and then go ahead and come back to our center here. We're gonna come into our lunges. So let's start with the right foot forward. Step your left foot back a little bit so you have more space between your feet. Good. And you can adjust as you go through here so we can move our feet however we need to. But this back foot is kind of on a little bit of an angle, so it's not facing completely forward. It's out just a little bit. And then standing up nice and tall, think about squeezing that inner thigh toward the midline of your mat. So instead of letting your hips completely open to the side, we're just gently spiraling that left thigh in, so that our hips are facing toward the chair. Good, bring your hands to your hips. Think about not necessarily taking the curve out of the lower back, but just gently lengthening just a little bit. And then when you're ready, go ahead and hinge forward at your hip crease. Bring your fingertips, your palms maybe to the seat of the chair. Good, so this right knee is pretty straight here. Little baby bend, but pretty much straight. Think about moving that right hip back in space and that left hip moves forward toward the seat of the chair. Good. And then from here, go ahead and bend your right knee toward the seat of the chair and lift your chest so you're looking forward, shoulders are back. You have the option here, you can keep that back heel down, or you can spin the heel up and really let the hips sink forward. Good. And then slowly begin to straighten that front knee, maybe bring that left heel back down to the floor. Right hip moves back, left hip moves forward, and then start to bow any amount over that right straight leg. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine. Rebend the front knee toward the seat of the chair. And then think about boosting up through your chest. So you're really pressing the chair away and you're lifting through the chest. As you let your hips move forward, the knee moves forward. You can lift that back heel or keep it down. It's up to you. Good. And then slowly begin to straighten that right knee, moving the right hip back in space, bringing the left heel down. And then maybe fold forward any amount. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine. Rebend the front knee, lift through the chest. So we are finding a little bit of a back bend here as we lift. Good. And then nice and slow, exhale, straighten that front knee and bow forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine. Soften both of your knees. Step your left foot forward. Bring your hands to your hips and lift your head and chest all the way up. Good. Let your arms relax by your sides. Just come into mountain pose here. So turn your palms to face forward. Relax your shoulders back. Press down through the feet. Maybe close the eyes. And just take a few moments here to check in with your right hip. See how it feels. And then maybe compare that to how the left hip feels. Because hopefully we're going to even things out here in a little bit. Good. Go ahead and blink open your eyes. And we're going to step the left foot forward this time. The right foot is going to step pretty far, kind of far back-ish. And then that heel stays down for right now. So the foot's on a little bit of an angle. And then think about spiraling that inner right thigh toward the center of the mat. So instead of opening out toward the long edge, we're gently squeezing and we're facing the chair. Good. And then nice and slow, bring your hands to your hips. Instead of taking out the curve, so we're not trying to flatten the curve in the low back, we're just gently trying to elongate just a little bit so we engage. We already engorged over Thanksgiving, I think. So we want to engage the lower belly. And then we'll slowly bring our hands to the seat of the chair. We need like things my yoga teacher says that are weird. Okay, so that left hip, when we're folding forward, we want to kind of move it back in space. So the left hip is moving toward the back half of your mat, and the front of the right hip is moving toward the chair in our pyramid pose. So we're just taking this first section here just to kind of set up, make any adjustments that we might need to with the chair or with the feet. And then nice and slow, go ahead and bend your left knee forward toward the seat of the chair. That back heel can stay down, or you can lift it up and come to the ball of the foot. And then press your hands down into the seat, lift your chest. Think about looking forward, shoulders draw back, nice and broad through the front of the chest. Very good. Exhale. Let the hips move back as you straighten your front leg and bring the right heel down as you lifted it. Nice and slow, fold forward over that left leg any amount. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Rebend the front knee toward the seat of the chair. Press the palms firmly into the chair as you lift and look ahead. Good. And then exhale, straighten out your front knee, bring the heel back down. Move that left hip back, and then slowly start to fold forward. Press down, inhale, lift your head and your chest up. Rebend the front knee toward the seat of the chair. Press down, lift your chest. Good. And exhale, lean the hips back as you straighten out your front leg and bow over the left leg any amount. And then go ahead and inhale, press up. Soften both of your knees. Step your right foot forward. Bring your hands to your hips and lift your head and your chest all the way back up. To stand. Good. Bring your hands forward, palms face forward. Close your eyes. Come back into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. And this time, check in with your left hip first. Just see how it feels. Maybe it feels a little bit more even to the right hip. Maybe the hamstrings feel a bit more open, a little bit less tense. Good. Blink open your eyes and bring your hands together in front of your chest. And we're just going to release through the hands a little bit since they were pressing into the chair so much. So just bring fists and then go ahead and just roll through the wrists a few times. Good. And then bring your hands back to center. Take your fingers out of that interlace position and just bring your palms together. And then bring your elbows out to the side. So you're really pressing your palms together here, pressing the fingertips together. And then nice and slow, you're going to lift the elbows up and peel the heels of the hands away from each other. And then keep that going all the way up to the fingers. So the fingertips are still pressing, but you're lifting the elbows, stretching out the fingers. And then we're going to come back down. So slowly lower the elbows, bring the fingertips back to press, one knuckle at a time, bring the palms back together, relax the elbows down. Good. Lift the elbows back out to the side, press firmly together, and then start to peel the heels of the hands away as you lift your elbows. Keep it going all the way up to the fingertips. And then slowly make your way back down. One knuckle at a time. Palms come together last. Let the elbows relax down. Good. Go ahead and just soften, and you're just going to take some jazz hands, little bird flappies. Good. Okay, turn back. Well, I'm going to turn back to my chair. You guys are already there. And then we have our chair here. So we're going to go ahead and come forward, and you're going to grasp the edges of the feet. Step your feet pretty far back here toward the back half of your mat. So your arms are nice and long. And just let your upper body relax down here. So let your head kind of come between your biceps, really soften through your knees, and see if you can lean your weight back into your heels. So it's almost like you're pulling on the chair, but it hopefully doesn't go anywhere. So just getting that extra stretch through the spine muscles, the shoulders, and even the front of the chest. And then slowly walk yourself forward again. Good. So grasping the edges of your feet, step your right foot back so you land on your toes and the ball of your foot, and your heel is lifted. Good. So pressing the chair away, but still holding on pretty firmly. Maybe start to get nice and light up on your left heel, so you come to the ball of your left foot. And then maybe see if you can lift your toes off of the mat and then step your left foot back to meet your right. Good, beautiful. And then go ahead and lean your way over into your left foot. Oop, there goes my chair. Lift your left foot, bend the knee, step the foot forward, bring your toes down first, bend the heel and step it down. Good. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Take a moment here. You can relax your hands. You can stand up if you like. Maybe do our little figure eights. Whatever you need to do to release through the hands. Good. And then we'll lean forward again. Grasp the edges of your chair. This time we're going to step the left foot back. Yep, left foot, ball of the foot, toes come down. So we're firmly holding on to the chair, and the chair hopefully doesn't go anywhere. And we're going to slowly lift the right heel so that we come to the ball of the right foot. And the toes are pressing down for right now. But then see if you can start to get nice and light up on your toes. And then when you're ready, step your right foot back to meet your left. Nice. This is really strong work. So you guys are doing great. Good. Lean your way over to your right foot, lift your left foot, and then step the toes forward, the ball of the foot, the heel. Step your right foot forward. Slowly stand up. Release through the hands, the wrists. Good. Okay, wow, time's flying by. All right, so we're going to practice our triangle pose, but we're going to do it a little bit differently today. So grab your block. Good. And then you're going to move your chair to the side of your mat so that the seat is facing in and you have your block to the chair. Good. Let's start with our right foot forward. So you're going to bring your right foot forward so that it's next to the chair. So almost like the outer edge of your shin is bumping into the chair. Oh, sorry. So bring your chair to the right side. You guys really don't like those mirrors, huh? Are they helpful though? I think sometimes they are helpful because you can, oh, okay. I mean like sometimes with alignment. Yeah. All right. Good. So start to lean forward and bring your fingertips to your block. And you can adjust your block however you need to. It can be on the medium side or the high side for right now. And then just slowly step that left foot back so that the left foot here is parallel to the back edge of your mat. The right toes are facing forward. So now we do want our hips and our chest to open up toward the long edge of our mat. And then that right hip is going to kind of sneak in and that left hip is going to move back in space. So it's almost like we are tilting our pelvis laterally. And then bring your hand to your block. You can adjust it, keep it high, bring it down, any amount. And then start to bring your left hand to your left hip. Good. And think about rolling that left hip back in space so that the belly and the chest are nice and open here. Good. Yeah, you are. You just might need to move your chair forward a little bit. Yep. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Good. And then maybe reach your left arm toward the sky. Beautiful. So this is triangle pose. So we did a pyramid, we did a lunge. Now we're working on our triangle. You can turn your gaze anywhere that feels good. So you can look down, you can look forward. If it feels okay to your neck, you can look up. Good. And then slowly start to drape your left arm over your left ear. So you're reaching your fingertips up toward me. Really feeling the length of the left side body. Good. And then bend your elbow, bring the palm to the back of your head. So now the elbow is reaching up toward the sky and almost like you're peeling your chest open toward the ceiling. So you might feel a pretty intense stretch through the front of your armpit area, the front of your chest. Good. Nice and slow, release your hand from the back of the head, reach the arm back up, and then slowly bring it down toward your left hip as you lift your head and your chest all the way up. Good, go ahead and soften your knees, step your feet toward one another. And then we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you can move your chair if you like. Good. And then we'll step the left foot toward the top of the mat or the center of the mat, chair. And then that right foot is just going to start to step back. So we've got quite a bit of space between our feet. Back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Left toes are facing forward. You can bring your fingertips down to your block to start here. And then bring your right hand to your right hip and think about that left hip is moving forward toward the left thigh. And this right hip is moving back in space. Good. So both of our legs are nice and straight. And then when you're ready, maybe start to reach that right arm up to the sky. Think about pressing that block away. So we're not leaning into that hand, but we're pressing and lifting up. Good. Nice and strong through the legs. Slowly start to drape your right arm up over your right ear, reaching your fingertips up toward me or the mirror wall. Good. Slowly bend your right elbow, bring the palm to the back of your head, and think about lifting the elbow up and maybe just a little bit back. Good. Slowly release the hand from behind the head, reach the fingertips up toward the sky. Let that arm kind of pull you back up as you let it come all the way down to your right hip. Good, go ahead and slowly step your feet together. Okay, a little bit different. We're gonna come back to that first side, so flip your chair around. Good. This time, take your block in your right hand. And then we're gonna come back into that triangle stance here. So bring your right foot forward, your left foot back. And we have our block in our right hand. So this left hip gently moves back. The right hip is tilting forward toward the thigh. And then the left hand is gonna come, it's gonna be a little bit higher than your hip. So it's gonna grab kind of the side body in between the ribs and the top of the hip. So that little space there. And I just want you to be able to feel the muscles as they work as we do this. So you're blocking your right hand, stand up nice and tall here. And then you're just going to tilt over and tap your block to the chair. And then you're going to lift up, move your block up about shoulder height. Good. So if you're really squeezing with this left hand, you should be able to feel these muscles turn on as you tilt down, tap the chair with the block, and then slowly lift back up. Do you feel it? Do we feel it? Okay, good. Go ahead and tilt down and tap. And then slowly lift up. Good, let's do two more, and tap. And lift. Good, and tap. So this is a little bit more of a functional exercise with our triangle pose, and lift up. Good, go ahead and relax your arms, relax your legs. Step your feet toward one another, and we're just gonna do the same thing, other side. So flip yourself or your chair around. Good. So the left foot steps forward. We have our block in our left hand now. The right foot is moved back. And then bring your right hand to that little space between your ribs and the top of your hip. So these are your oblique muscles. And then your block is going to be in your hand here. So you're going to very gently just tilt your upper body over so that you can tap the block to the chair. And then think about squeezing yourself back up as you lift the block about shoulder height. Good. And then we're slowly tapping down and then lifting up. So the oblique muscles are actually part of our core. They help hold us in. And then tilt down and tap and lift. Good. 2 more, I think. Yeah. And tap and lift. And then go ahead and tap. Good. And lift. Nice. Go ahead and relax the hand that's holding the block. Step your feet toward one another. Good. And then bring your chair forward to the top of your mat. You can set your block to the seat of the chair as well. Good. And then you're going to step your feet off of your yoga mat to the floor. So your feet are a little bit wider than your mat here. And then the toes are going to come in just ever so slightly while the heels press out just a bit. So think about pressing the heels down into the floor and like you're trying to pull the floorboards apart. You're really pressing the heels out. And then nice and slow, lean your chest forward, bring your hands to the block. You can even turn the block up and bring your forearms down if that feels good, if you want to give your hands and your wrists a bit of a break. Think about moving your weight back into your heels again. So we're going to be here for a few breaths. And if you feel pretty open and able, you can adjust yourself to maybe come down a little bit further, moving the block down a notch, or maybe just bringing your forearms to the seats to frame the block. And you can bring your forehead to the block. These are all options, and you can adjust your block to be any height that feels good to you. They all have similar benefits. If you bring up to your forehead to your block, you can even give yourself a little massage here. I really like this. It helps with headaches. So if your forehead is pressing down to your block, you're just going to very gently begin to roll your head from side to side, massaging out the forehead, massaging out the eyebrows. I never knew how much tension I held in my eyebrows until I started doing this. And if you feel like there's a spot in your forehead that's just kind of a little bit extra sensitive, pause on that spot or next to it and hold that space while you breathe. And then go ahead and roll a couple times. Maybe find a different spot that's also a little sensitive and hold either on it or next to it as you breathe. Don't forget that part. And then go ahead and release and roll your forehead a couple more times. Good, come back to center. Slowly soften your knees, bring your hands back to the seat of the chair, lift your head and your chest up about halfway, and start to toe heel your feet in. Good. Go ahead and stand all the way up. Turn your chair around so it's facing me, and we'll go ahead and we'll have a seat. You can set your block aside. Good. And then think of, step your left foot toward the center of the chair, and then lift your right leg up and cross your leg over, or you can just cross at the ankles. Good. And then sitting up nice and tall here, slowly start to lean your heart forward. You can even walk that left foot a little bit further over to the right. And then slowly sit all the way up. Reach your arms to the sky with your legs crossed and grab your left forearm with your right hand. And think about gently lifting the arm up and then slowly leaning your upper body over to the right. Good. Inhale, sit up. Let your arms relax down. Uncross the legs. Do the same thing other side. So that right foot is going to step toward the center or a little bit over to the left, and then cross the left leg over the right. So we want to walk the feet away from each other as much as we can if our legs are crossed. Sitting up nice and tall, and then just start to lean forward. You can maybe grab the edges of the chair or the back of the chair so you don't fall forward. And then slowly sit all the way up. Keep your legs as they are. Reach your arms to the sky. Bend the left elbow, grab onto the right forearm, and think about lifting that right arm up as you gently lean your upper body to the left. And slowly sit up, relax your arms down, uncross the legs. And we're coming into our Shavasana. So if you'd like to stay seated, you can make yourself comfortable. If you'd like to come down to the floor and bring your legs up. If you're at home and you just want to lay on the couch, that's fine. So make yourself comfortable here for the final 5 minutes or so of class. And then wherever you end up, this is your chance to relax here. So see if you can soften as much as you possibly can and let go of anything that you can let go of. You don't have to worry about perfect posture here. You don't have to worry about being a specific way. It's just about being comfortable as you are so that you can just take this time to exist. We always have these pressures on us to do something, to be something. But Shavasana is a really nice space where you can just be as you are and breathe. Gently begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in deeper and breathing out longer and slower. Begin to gently reawaken the body by inviting small movements to your fingers, your toes, maybe circling through your wrists and your ankles. Maybe letting your head gently rock from side to side. And then sitting up nice and tall if you are seated. If you're on the floor, stay there. Just gently bring your palms to press in front of your heart center and bring your chin to rest to your fingertips. Take a full breath in and a complete breath out. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you find peace. I thank you all for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.